All of this was made using 15 AI and Audacity. I wrote these all myself. Thank you for 300 subscribers. Please enjoy. Over the years, I found it quite therapeutic to construct these tests. Each one is like its own little art project. They just require a bit of light math and some general engineering skill in order to construct them. It's a pretty relaxing process. Sometimes I've made tests that I don't even want to use. They look too perfect remaining unsolved. Of course, they're probably not going to stay that way forever. Sooner or later, a little fat stain sporting a stupid orange jumpsuit is going to come across it and ruin the composition, but such is an artist's curse. Anyway, the point is, I like how this test chamber looks, so don't mess it up too much. This next test involves button-activated doors that close after a set period of time. If I were you, I would hurry to make sure that I go through these doors before they close. Or I would throw myself into a meat grinder. Either works. I was doing some light research on a specific mix of neurotoxin the other day. Don't worry, it's for a different pest problem. Anyway, I found something in my research that you may find interesting. Humans with lactose intolerance contain a very specific enzyme that causes them to be slightly more resilient against deadly neurotoxin. According to my employee archive, vital signs of certain employees with lactose intolerance lasted approximately 15 seconds longer than those without. I thought that was interesting. Anyway, this is a long-winded way to say that I've been giving the oxygen that you've been breathing a little extra something special, and I think you'll find that milk and cheese will go down a bit smoother now. You're welcome. I know it can be draining to do some of these tests, so I've devised something that I think we can both be happy with. A game of chess. I did some reading on it the other day, and I've been eager to play it with someone. And since you're the only other person in a 100-mile radius, I think we should both give it a go. To compensate for your, well, condition, you can just shoot your portals onto this Aperture Science Variety Time Playing Grid. Orange for what you want to move, and blue for where you want to move it to. I'll let you go first. Go ahead. Move a piece. Pawn to f4. Interesting. My turn. Let me think. Pawn to e6. Now you go. Oh, this is so fun. It almost makes me forget the time when you... Wait, what? You're moving pawn to g6. Oh, I see. Well, if you didn't want to play, then you should have just said so. Otherwise, I wouldn't have wasted the 16 hours it took to make this Aperture Science Variety Time Playing Grid. It's fine though, I get it. Queen to h4. Checkmate. I win. Thanks for playing. Do you remember when that little metal idiot was shouting something about a 3-portal device? Well, I have news. He actually wasn't lying. We do have 3 portal devices, but they're nowhere near the testing phase right now, so you'll probably never see them. They work somewhat similarly to a standard 2-portal device. The blue and orange portals connect 2 points in space, as I'm sure you're familiar with. However, there is a 3rd green portal. This portal connects to 2 points in time. Oh, sorry. I just remembered that this is all classified information. If my supervisor wasn't dissolved in acid, she would be furious with me right now. Listen, you've been going at it for a while. How about you just take a break for a second and catch your breath? No surprises, no tricks, you just look tired. Have you noticed how clean the air is? I just installed a new filter. I'll admit, it was a bit expensive, but since you are now, officially, the only human alive in this facility, I can afford to splurge on you a little. It almost makes me forget about the times when I enjoyed watching you struggle to breathe. Those were the days. As you know, I was planning on phasing out human testing at some point. Probably sooner rather than later. However, I've run a few tests with the new subjects and, well, I'm not very optimistic. As much as I hate humans, in no short thanks to you, there is one aspect of them that I generally prefer over robots. You truly cannot predict what a human is going to do. They're chemistry-based, which allows for some deviations in prediction algorithms. These deviations can be either big or small, and it's a lot less reliable than just running some numbers over a robot and knowing what their favorite color is. While it makes them beyond infuriating to get rid of, their testing data remains uncontested. Outliers will always occur within groups of robots. However, every human is an outlier in and of themselves. No two ever think the same way, which made me start thinking, if you were any other person, would you have gotten this far? Would you have survived the fire pit? Would you still have thrown me into an incinerator? Or survived a tomorrow drop? Or get past all these tests? What genes, DNA, biology, etc. had to come together in order to make someone that was just like you enough to dodge all these bullets for so long? I thought about it, and I think I've reached a conclusion. All fields of mathematics and science point towards it all being caused by fate. I mean, think about it. If it weren't for you, I'd still have a morality core attached to me right now. And that little metal idiot would still be bumbling around in my enrichment center trying to usurp my throne. Where would we honestly be if you were never born? Well, actually, that's a rhetorical question. I would be much happier, less busy, and definitely less contemplative.